Boom, boom, guys. Happy Thursday. I think today is Thursday. Let's get the intro. Boom, guys. Welcome to this pre-foreclosure mastermind. Give me a minute. Let me put this on Facebook on public because typically Facebook put me on private. I have no idea as to why they put it on private. It's definitely not normal, but hey guys, welcome. Happy Thursday. Today, what I'm going to talk about is a deal we just closed on. I'm going to break it down for you. This is a pre-foreclosure deal, and I'm going to break it down for you. How did we find the deal? How are we funding it? All the hiccups that we went through on this deal, how other investors, four of them actually who knows who we are, try to steal the deal behind us, going and telling the sellers this and that, and we still ended up getting the deal. All right, I'm gonna go through all those details, but first thing first, let me ask you, why are you not part of my Saturday Atlanta workshop? Pre-foreclosure slash creative finance slash agent at risk. We're doing it all. It is not a networking event. It is not a networking event. There is already enough networking events. Like I said, guys, give me a minute. I'm trying to put this here. Disregard. I'm trying to put this here on public on Facebook. I don't know when I go live and I'm streaming. Actually, Facebook put me on private. I have no idea why. It's damn annoying. I want to make sure we have more people in here. And as you know, edit audience, let's make it public. Boom, boom, boom. Then let's pin it. Boom, boom, boom. Invite your friends and let your friend invite their friends, and let's all be friends, right? Isn't that what they say? Isn't that what they say? Invite your friends, let your friend invite a friend, and let's all be friends. Guys, okay, so this is a deal that we literally just closed on. We closed on it, I think it was yesterday or before yesterday, but this is the third week on the row. Yes, on the row that we're closing deals with the people that are showing up, the action takers that are showing up on my Saturday workshop every single Saturday here in Atlanta. I'll show you right now. I'll actually show you guys the flyer. I'm going to share the screen throughout this video and show you exactly. You can see the address. So this is not a networking event. This workshop is where you come in, you get uncomfortable, you make the calls, we do case studies, we call real estate agents, we call pre-foreclosure leads, we practice on how to talk to pre-foreclosures, whether you're texting them, cold calling them, or if you're really gangster like that, door knocking them, right? But what do I want to talk about today is this property that we closed on, guys. Let me show you guys. We literally just closed on this property, and I think you would love how we found it. Let me see. 546 Winter Circle, bam. 546 Winter Circle in Conyers. We literally just closed on this with and look at this, guys. This is what you call squad up. Okay, this is what you call squad up. We closed on this property with three of us. Okay, we have Steve, we have Andrew, we have Shikal. They door knocked this property. Now, again, I keep repeating every single time. Anybody that I'm coaching, anybody that reach out to me about real estate, I say real estate is a team sport. If you're trying to do real estate by yourself, good luck. You can't. You simply can't. Real estate is a team sport. So how did we get this deal, guys? We got this deal through action takers, Andrew, Steve, and Shikal. So the door knocked this lead. This was a door knocking, a pre-foreclosure door knocking. So they're part of the Boom Squad, which is that's what I call the squad that comes on this Saturday, and we do the work, right? We do the actual work. So the action takers, most of them are actually going after pre-foreclosures. If you've known me for a long time, my whole portfolio, which is 4 million and plus right now, buy and hold portfolio, all of it comes from pre-foreclosures. My first deal and my second deal was all pre-foreclosures. And I believe pre-foreclosures is one of the best niche lists you can go after. The reason being is because number one is a recession-proof type of marketing strategy, right? You can do pre-foreclosures in any market. Down market, good market, medium market, doesn't matter. People will always be behind on their bills. You cannot go wrong doing pre-foreclosures, right? Number two, when you first getting started in real estate, guess what you don't have? You don't have a lot of sales skills, a lot of sales background, a lot of negotiation skills, at least most people, if you're like me, right? Plus, you don't have a lot of resources, meaning money to put into a lot of marketing and all that fun stuff. So when you first getting started, you want to stay lean. You don't want to spend a lot of money. Second thing is you don't have a lot of sales background, and so you don't want to get into the type of leads where you have to do a lot of negotiations because you're still learning. With pre-foreclosures, these sellers are already motivated before you ever call them. They're self-motivated. Pre-foreclosures, these are sellers that are behind on their bills, whether it be they owe money to the IRS, they owe money to the homeowners association, they owe money to their mortgage company, they owe money to the solar panel company. It really doesn't matter. But somebody out here is trying to foreclose on their house, and it's public, information. Is either to do something, or that lien holder, that lien owner will do something about it. Okay, now there's a couple of different ways you can reach out to this. Again, like I said, let me show you guys. Okay, if you're not showing up to my workshop every single Saturday, which is absolutely free here in Atlanta, we're absolutely crushing it. I'm sorry, we're absolutely crushing it. I don't care what nobody tells you, we're absolutely crushing it. Let me see. Let me show you guys here. Share my screen and show you. Bam, bam, bam. Let me show you guys the flyer for the workshop. Let's see. Bam. How do I show you guys this? Let me see if I can pull it up here. Download. Bam. Okay. Seems like it's not showing. It's all right. I'm going to put it in the description below. So I'm going to put the address on there. Guys, this workshop is absolutely every single Saturday. I've been doing this since I moved to Atlanta. Is in person. Is not a networking event. There's already enough networking events. This is where you come, you actually do the work. And then, you learn, you ask questions, we do the case studies, we do the calls. If you're stuck, we get you unstuck, right? But with that being said, you also get to, get the full that you need to go ahead and kill it from Monday to Friday. And then whatever problems you create from Monday to Friday, you bring it on that Saturday and we'll solve it. This deal right here came from Andrew, Steve, and Chico. Like I said, they are door knocking pre-foreclosures, 12 doors per day, crushing it, taking action. Guess what? When they walked inside this home, right? This is 546 Winter Circle in Conyers here in Atlanta. Guess what? When they walk into this home, there was notes from other door knockers. Like at least there was different notes in the kitchen, in the living room, even in the front of the house from other people that already door knocked these sellers. The seller is behind, I think, about $16,000 we had to pay at the close of escrow, and they were about to lose their home. I think we had about 1 week or so, if I'm not mistaken, to stop the auction. Well, guess what? They still ended up working with us. Why is that? Because we approached these sellers differently. The other people that went in there, they went door knocking too, right? They do the same thing that my students do, is to go in there and door knocking, right? On top of door knocking, obviously, they also do other things, which is typically when they knock a door today, the next day they'll follow up with calls or text messages. So there's a lot of extra steps. This is why when you come on the Saturday workshop, which is free, you get to learn the steps on how to doing this, right? But there's 4 other people that door knock. The seller literally gave us the notes that they left behind, literally with their names on it and their number to be called. The approach is different. Remember, when you get into real estate, you think it's all about houses. It's not about houses. It's always about the seller's personal problems. If a seller is behind on the mortgage, on whatever bills they're behind on, and they're about to lose their homes, typically there's so many other things involved in their private life. Loss of a job, divorce, medical issues, alcohol issues, drug issues, right? So you're literally like an unlicensed therapist. And if you approach them like you were trying to steal their home, guess what happens? They run away from you. We have 4 investors on this deal, and I'm going to break down the numbers for you guys that know us, by the way. This is another thing. If you suck at negotiating, don't be unethical going behind people that you know and try to steal deals from them. Like, just go learn how to, not to negotiate, but learn how to solve problems. Because the reality is when you're doing pre-foreclosures, there's not a lot of sales involved. It's a lot of being, resourceful, problem-solving oriented type of person. Is never about the property, it's about the seller. So they will work with whomever they feel like, this person will do as they say and say as they do, and this person will perform. Now, we've seen recently a lot of these newbies locking up sellers, promising way too high of a number because they don't know the numbers, and the seller end up losing the home. at auction. All right. So first thing first, the lead, guys, was this property. This property, conservatively, what we're going to do is we just closed on it, subject to. So we have the seller leave the VA loan in place. This was a VA loan, if I'm not mistaken, or FHA. Leave it in place. We took over the monthly payments, and what we're going to do is, because the property needs a lot of work, we're going to renovate it, put it back on the market. Conservatively, if let's say everything goes wrong, we go over budget, we go over, timeline, calculated in terms of selling the property, we will still walk away with minimum 50 grand. So you can tell there's a lot of equity in this deal. Okay. So how did we get the lead? First and foremost is through door knocking. So Andrew, Shikol, and Steve did a fantastic job going in there, knocking on this door, right? They come to my workshop. So they've been learning how to talk to the sellers. They've been learning the steps on how to help a seller get out of foreclosure. So what kind of solutions they need to present to the seller. Not only that, because they come to my workshop every single Saturday, guess what? From Monday to Friday, we're also role playing every single day how to solve problems for the sellers. Every single day, we're role playing. From Monday to Friday, in the morning, on Zoom, virtually, we're role playing. And then on the Saturday, we meet in person at the workshop and still bang the phones and show you how this thing is done. So that's the first thing. So this is through door knocking, because they're real action takers. They're not afraid to go knock on doors, right? The second thing is the seller was behind $17,000, so we had to pay that off. Now, it was such a small amount that we didn't want to go through all these loan modifications. As you guys know right now, interest rates are like 7%. So it's not really worth it. Sometimes if you do a loan modification right now, it actually hurts you more, right? The underlying debt that the seller owed on this loan is 134, roughly, right? Now, listen to this. At first, the seller, one thing you're going to find when you work in pre-foreclosures is that these sellers are very unreasonable. One, they're behind on their bills. Two, most of their homes need work. Three, they want big chunk of money in their pockets. Okay, even when they don't have equity, let alone if they have equity. So the first ask from the seller was, hey, I want $100,000 in my pockets. But guess what? Because Andrew, who is a killer closer, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, he's learning from the best. He's learning from Mamadou himself. Okay, killer closer. He went in there, and we actually have the call recorded. He talked this seller down from $100,000 to $30,000 cash in their pockets. Yes. From $100,000, he talked them down on a live Zoom call. He talked the seller down to $30,000 because it didn't make sense to give them. Why didn't it make sense, guys? Because this house needs work. It needs everything. It's a rental, but it does need everything. It needs flooring, new kitchen, new bathrooms, new paint, everything. We're going to flip this property. We're not going to keep it. And the reason we're not keeping this as a buy and hold is because there is a lot of equity. We can flip this house, sell it to the homeowner, take that money and go and deploy it and buy multiple properties. So we're not interested in keeping it as a cash flowing asset and lock all that equity in. That's the reason why we're going the flip route. And also, I'm giving Andrew and Shikol and Steve the first experience of doing a fix and flip. This is the first time coming in hands-on and doing a fix and flip. So it's going to be a fun one. And you know what else? The funding, the person that is funding the deal is also part of the workshop. So in this workshop that I've started here in Atlanta every single Saturday, guys, trust me, you want to pull up. Andrew actually made a shirt called the Boom Squad. But like I said, if you guys, you can DM me for the address if you're local in Atlanta. I'm not doing it yet virtually. The reason being is because I found people don't take action. People just are, content junkies. All they do is watch stuff for entertainment. They don't take action. But in person, I'm seeing the difference. People are actually taking action. They're way more motivated. They're way more re-energized. When they come in person, we meet on the Saturday. We get in, we make the calls. We talk about our challenges. We do the case studies. And every single day now, I've created also a community, online community, where we keep in touch every single week. And then we keep each other accountable. But guess what? From Monday to Friday, we're also doing role plays every single morning. All right. So anyway, Andrew, so even the funding, the private lender on this deal is in that community. Right. So when you come, this is not a networking event. Like I said, there's already a lot of people that have networking events. This is the place you come to do the work. This is the place you come to do the activities that will put you in a position where you're actually generating income. It's not where we come in, we talk and we hug. No. But you will meet people that have money. You will meet people that have closing skills. You will meet people that have other resources that you might need. But I'm creating a whole group that just bunch of people doing deals together, holding each other accountable, uplifting each other. All right. We even have a group chat where if you don't work out, you gotta work out every single. You gotta be in fantastic shape. Okay. So with that being said, even the lender on this deal. So second is Andrew took this seller down from 30,000 down to from 100,000 down to $30,000. So 134 with the 30 that we gave to the seller. That's roughly 160 plus the 17 that we paid. Plus, so we're going to invest in this property, guys. I think on the high end, maximum $70,000, maximum to renovate the property, everything, right? That's with miscellaneous included. And with that being said, we can list this property for a minimum of $360,000. The current comparables that we have is actually $375, but I'm being conservative because of this market, right? So we're gonna probably list it for $360. Unless the current property, which is apples to apples, right behind ours, is listed on the market fully fixed up at $375. If that one sells while we're renovating ours, then yes, we'll go ahead and list the other one also for $375. But if not, so worst case scenario, after everything on this property here, guys, we're walking away with $40,000 to $50,000, which is not a bad payday for a less than 60-day work. Let's say we take another 60 days to sell this property, 4 months, right? That's the worst case scenario, by the way. Like I said, worst case scenario. Okay. So with that being said, guys, for those of you that went behind us, one of those guys' name is Chris. Bro, you're lame. There's no way you're stealing deals from people like us. There's no way. You know why? Because the sellers can tell that we actually do care. You came in there, this is the second property, you're telling these sellers they gotta get this out, that out really fast. The tenant gotta get out. Like, it seems like you're stealing the house from them. You don't know how to help people. You don't sound like you care, right? This is not just about the house. These people are going through real life situations, real life issues, and you coming in there and all you care about is, no, give me the house and get out today. And you think you're gonna steal a deal from us? One of these clowns went behind our back and offered, literally the seller texted us or called us and told us, oh, somebody just came in here and told us that you were stealing our equity. We're like, who? Obviously, we already knew the name. And then, so we explained, so we overcame that really quick. You don't have a chance to steal a deal from us. Don't even try, right? But when we talk about the numbers that these clowns was offering to the seller, the numbers don't even make sense. You were going to get this seller foreclosed on because you don't even know how to comp a property. Learn how to comp a property or help you comp a property and make offers, right? And make offers based on actual factual numbers. You've never renovated a home. Start guessing numbers. Reach out to somebody who actually knows what they're doing because you obviously don't. All right, guys, be ethical. Be ethical. Don't try to go behind people stealing deals. Like, people just, anyway. With that being said, guys, this is a subtail, so we're gonna do a subtail on this. A subtail is basically when you buy a property subject to, right? So you buy a property subject to the underlying debt. The seller leave the loan in place. You take over the monthly payments, and then you take it retail. It's just a wordplay that my mentor Pace Morby coined. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do with this property because there's a lot of equity, and we're not looking to tie all that equity. With that being said, guys, if you're down in Atlanta, all right, if you're virtual, just DM me. I'm about to start something for the virtual people. But if you're local in Atlanta, I promise you, you don't want to miss out on my Saturday workshop. Come in, do the work, meet private lenders, do deals with everybody in the team, and have a team that will hold you accountable from Monday to Friday. And then we meet in person on Saturday and actually get to work. All right, guys. Until next time, stay bold and be bold. By the way, if you're looking for virtual assistants, I get a lot of DMs, people asking me. We hire through CallStar. I put their link in the description below. We hire our co-callers, admin assistants through CallStar, callstar.io. But I already put the link below in the chat. So, guys, let me know if you got any value out of this. Don't be greedy with the algorithm, please. Give it a thumbs up, share, like, and subscribe. And until next time, stay bold and be bold, guys. Boom, boom, boom.